Hey family, before we dive into today's video, I really appreciate your support. Subscribing is one of the best ways to help us out. It's quick, free, and keeps the awesome content coming. Every listen, like, and share truly means a lot. Let's keep this channel growing. Thank you so much. He said nothing happened in Vegas, but I found the text proving he invited another woman to his hotel room. Now he says he doesn't remember meeting a woman. Hi guys. I don't have anywhere else to turn to, and I really need some advice. Please note that English is not my first language, so it won't be perfect. Sorry for the long read, but I really need some help. I, 24F, have been with my boyfriend to 7M since I was 18. Before anyone asks, we met a few months after I turned 18 and fell in love instantly. Let's call him Andy. So Andy and I have been dating for almost 6 years now, living together for 5.5 years. We moved in because of I had to move back from my internship and we wanted to quarantine. Together, one thing led to another and we kept living together. I work full-time, start at 7 a.m. till 5 p.m. 45 way, and he has his own company and also works a lot. His company has started to grow the last few years. He now has 4 people working for him. In the last 6 years, a lot of things have changed. We went through a lot of different phases and difficulties which almost broke us up, but always pushed us closer together as well. There is some backstory needed before we get into the actual story. Andy is the type of guy who says it how it is. He will never beat around the bush to anyone even though it might hurt someone. He excuses this by saying at least he is honest and tells you the truth. He does not condone lying in any shape or form and has cut people out of his life over lying. This is also a bit of his personality. He is known for telling people the truth, and the people around him like and appreciate him because of this. We have talked about cheating and how we would go about it. He has always told me he would tell me beforehand if he felt like the urge to cheat would come up, or tell me straight up when it happened. Also very important, over the years he has made comments like when guys cheat, they don't feel any emotional connection to the girl. They just pull their pants up and go about their day, or if I would ever cheat, you would never find out. This is of course very out of context, but were comments during discussions about cheating, differences in men versus women, etc. We talk a lot about the difference between men versus women, their psychology, and how our brains work very differently. Good read about this is men are from Mars, women are from Venus. I always tried to brush it off because I never ever expected him to actually cheat on me, partly because he has this whole always honest thing going on. This is also the reason that I have not looked into his phone in literal years. Last week we had dinner somewhere, and he made some comments about cheating that I would never find out, and just making snide remarks. It bothered me this time, really. Bothered me. I had this weird feeling and actually took it seriously this time. The next few days I did not have the chance to go through his phone, but yesterday I did. I came back from the gym and he was still sleeping. I went through everything and did not find anything until I opened his text messages. We live in Europe and mostly use WhatsApp, never SMS text. Last year he went to Las Vegas and Los Angeles with a business partner, good friend, male 45, to visit some other business partners who become friends over the years, between 35-50 years males. It was a trip for business, but also for fun to go out and see the cities. I know the guy that he went with, and he has told me a lot of crazy stories about his time spent in the USA, about drinking, casinos, hookah, substance, etc. My boyfriend is not someone who comes from money and is still new to having money, but the guys he was with are very wealthy people. I know they went to clubs, went to the casino, had their fun. I remember telling my best friend that this was the first time in my relationship that I had a feeling something happened. I asked him this when he came back and he told me nothing happened. I never questioned this again, so I opened his text messages and scrolled through there. I came across a message with a different LAN code, so clicked on it. My heart sank. In short, she texted him with, "Hey, it's," he said. "Hey," she said, "Where you at, babe? I will come meet you at the front if you are leaving right now." And a conversation followed about how they would meet up. He sends her his hotel room and hotel name. They talk some about where they're at. She asks him to send her a car to pick her up, and after a while the convo just stopped. I took photos of the text exchange and went to take a shower because he woke up. My heart was racing. I was going through all the ways to confront him, keeping myself from crying. When I was done in the bathroom, I confronted him. I asked him if her name brought something up. He said no. I asked him if her name from Las Vegas brought anything up. He said no. I said, "Okay, let's look together at who she is," and opened the messages from his phone. I read them out loud and hoped for a reaction to see he was lying, which wasn't really there. I asked him to explain. He said he didn't remember her and that nothing ever happened. He explained that the guys from Vegas invited some girls to their VIP and they wanted to hang out with him after. I asked him why she needed his number to do that, when she knew the guys who he was with. I asked him why he sent her his own room number, but he could not answer the questions. He went to Vegas 5 years ago and could not remember all the details. After a while, I started crying and told him to please just be honest with me, which he replied to by saying, I would also tell you if something did happen, you know me, or something along the lines. He has not once apologized for anything. All he says is that nothing happened, that I should believe him because he has never lied, that he doesn't even know what she looks like, that there is no other evidence that she came to his room, etc. When I tell him the story is not adding up, he says it's so long ago. How do you expect me to remember it all? I went to my friend's house. She wasn't there but needed to be alone for a few hours. When I came back home, it was almost like nothing happened from his side, asking me whether we are going to do something together, what we will do for dinner. Told him I wanted to be left alone, which he didn't understand, and he is just completely ignoring the situation because he probably thinks it will blow over. Because he said nothing happened, please, is there anyone who can give me advice? Is there any way to find out the truth? Do I just leave? Do I believe him? Will I be stupid if I stay? Maybe nothing happened, but then it's still not okay to send someone your room info and invite them over. I cannot find her on his socials anywhere. I do have her number, but I don't know if she was a friend of a friend or a paid friend. If you know what I mean. He believes she wasn't hoe, but given the circumstances, I believe she was. I don't think sending her a text will get me anywhere since it's 1.5 years ago. I am just so hurt. I did not close one eye last night. Can't eat anything. I am writing this at work because I cannot focus on anything. The story might be missing some part, so let me know if you have any questions.